Hey guys, it's Alex with Grow with Meerkat, and in this video we're going to talk about managing your menu, how you can add and remove and even rearrange your menu items that show up in different places on your website. Now again, we're on this demo website that I've put together for this tutorial series. Obviously yours is going to look different, but the way that you're going to manage it is going to be the same. It's going to be identical. So the first thing what we're going to do is log into the website if you're not already logged in, because we need to get to the dashboard. So if you're not logged in, go ahead and log in. And once you're logged in and you are here at the dashboard, all your menus are going to live under Appearance, Menus. And this is one thing that we get asked a lot about. People don't know where to find the menu items. It's actually nestled right here under the Appearance tab. And if you have multiple menus on your website, which more than likely you probably will, you're going to find it in this drop down here, which one that you want to work with. So in this example, I'm going to actually open up the front end of the website in another tab just so we can quickly jump back and forth. It'll make it easy to understand. Let's say we wanted to move services in front of how it works in our primary menu here. So your primary menu bar is almost always going to be the one that's next to your logo, the one that's kind of the most obvious. We will name the primary menu. And if I select primary menu here, you'll see that it's loaded. The menu that we're working with is our primary menu. And here is that same list: home, how it works, services, about, and contact. And if I jump over here, you'll see home, how it works, services, about, contact. And then free guide, this is a little bit different. This isn't part of the menu. This is part of the design. But a good way to tell if that was part of the menu would be to come to your menu and see, okay, hey, this isn't in the menu. This must be part of the custom header that was built on my website. Again, so let's say that we want to move services in front of how it works. All we have to do in the menu is literally drag and drop these. And then when I'm done, I can click Save Menu. Now, Save Menu will follow you. You'll see that as I scroll. It's right here. It used to be at the top and the bottom, but in the new version of WordPress, it just kind of follows you, which is really handy. So now that I've saved it, let's come over here and I'm going to refresh this page. And you'll see services is now second. So it happens in real time when you publish it, which is really handy. The other thing that you can do with menus is you can create drop downs. Now, let's say this was starting to get kind of crowded. Maybe we needed to condense things a little bit. A lot of times what people will do is they'll take the contact and put it as a submenu of the about page. And to do that, all I did was just drag it over, and you'll see that it's now indented, which means it is now a child of this parent about. And let me go ahead and save this. And I don't think I styled the drop-down menu, so this might look crazy on the demo website, but we'll take a look here. You'll see About now has an arrow, and if I mouse over it, Contact is now a submenu. That actually doesn't look too bad. I probably would style it a little bit differently, but for the sake of this demo, it works. You can see that it's now on a drop-down of About. And you can go a couple layers deep if you wanted. You know, this could be a drop-down, so About will now be a drop-down of how it works. And About will have its own drop-down, which contains contact. And you can go a couple layers deep. I don't like to go too deep, usually maybe one, maybe two, depending on how it is. If you find yourself going multiple layers deep, you either have just a massive, relatively complex website, or you might be overthinking things a little bit too much about how specific things need to be. So that's just something to keep in mind. I'm going to go ahead and save this. If we wanted to reword this, like maybe we say, these right now pull automatically from the page titles by default. So if I were to go into pages and then change the page title of an item, which I'll cover in another video, it would automatically update here and in our navigation. But let's say I wanted to leave the page title as is, and I just wanted to change it in the navigation, maybe how it works. I want to call it something else. If I click on this drop-down menu here, you'll see the navigation label. Maybe I want to call it our process. And then I'll save menu. And so in our pages, I'll jump over here and open this in a new tab just to show you. It's still called how it works. That's how it's known in our system, our website. But if I refresh this on the front end, you'll see it's now called our process. But if we look in the lower left corner down here, it's still linking to the How It Works page. We've just changed the title here. And sometimes it makes sense to do that, to just change the label there. A couple other things that you can do is change the tab that it opens in. For instance, you may want to say, like, I'm going to do a custom link, and I'll do this. I'll touch more on this in a minute. But let's say we wanted to link to our Facebook page. And I'll say, find us on Facebook, add to menu. If I go to the screen options, I can enable a couple new advanced menu options, one being the link target. And now if I open this up, you'll see this checkbox, open link in a new tab. And so if I save this and we jump over here and I refresh, and Facebook might not be a good example because a lot of times you're going to have your social media links here anyway, but as an example, I can click this and it's going to take us to facebook.com. So, but it's opened in a new tab, and you'll see when I closed it, I'm now back on the main page that we were on. I'm back on my website. The reason why this is helpful is because if you're linking to an external source or, again, to a PDF, I like to open those in a new tab. That way, when people are done with them, instinctively, most people are just going to close that tab. And if you do not have this box checked and they're in the same tab, they've now closed out of everything. So I like, if I'm linking to an external website or to a document, a PDF, an Excel sheet, whatever it might be, I like to check this box just from a usability, I guess, standpoint. To remove an item, I'm done with this. I don't want it anymore. I can just click remove, and it will now remove it from the list, and I can hit save menu. All right, now let's add some new menus. You saw me add a custom link where you can put in the URL and whatever link that you want. You can also link to any pages that are on your website. By default, it will show you the most recent. We can click on view all to have a list of all, or if we have just a ton of pages, we can use a handy search, which is really helpful to find what you're looking for. And to add a new page, you would just click about, or whatever page that you want, add to menu, and it's going to add it to the bottom, which we can then drag and drop anywhere we want in this menu. So I can remove this one. We now have this other one. I'll move these around. And then I can, of course, save my menu. Make sure that you always save your menu. Otherwise, you're going to lose your changes. Posts work the exact same way. Most recent post, view all posts, or search posts. Or you can link to categories. If you have a blog, this is really helpful because maybe you have a blog with in your drop down, you have your different categories where people can say, hey, I want to see all the posts about pizza or all the posts about Asian cuisine or whatever it might be. That's really helpful to link to entire categories. That's pretty much all there is to the menu. Again, you can jump back and forth to other menus that you have. In this instance, the secondary is this top menu, the My Account Terms and Conditions Privacy Policy. You'll see that these are all actually just custom links that don't go anywhere. I've just got the hash symbol here. That's just a placeholder for now. But it would work the exact same way, and we'll have set up your menus for you. So if you want to go in and edit them or add new things, you can do so. But of course, if you have questions, feel free to reach out to your Grow with Meerkat rep or developer, and they will be happy to help you. So, all right, guys, that is the menu structure and managing your menus on your website. I will see you in the next video.